Let's start exactly where the British tabloids hoped we never would. With the image they tried to bury, the headline they tried to twist, and the moment they desperately wish hadn't happened. Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, sits on the cover of Harper's Bazaar in a structured black jacket, posed with elegance, calm power, and absolute command of her narrative. And the world responded by buying every single copy. Every single one. Now tell me, if someone is irrelevant, as the British tabloids screech every other morning like a broken alarm clock, then why is Harper's Bazaar scrambling to restock? Why is the issue currently unavailable, with the retailer openly admitting they do not know when or if it will be back in stock? Why is Meghan, after 5 years of the same hostile press machine trying to erase her, still the woman who can sell out a global fashion magazine overnight? Let's talk about that. Because you and I both know this is not just a magazine cover. This is a cultural pulse check. And the pulse? Oh, it's beating loudly. Much louder than the palace or its media partners would like. The moment the cover circulated, the usual UK tabloids entered their predictable meltdown stage. You know, the one where the writers clutch their pearls, head to Twitter, and suddenly attempt to convince the world that nobody cares about Meghan Markle anymore. Except, apparently, the world does. Because the second people realised this was the art issue, featuring Meghan elegant, confident, unbothered, and stepping fully into her global era, the orders rolled in faster than the tabloids could post their outrage pieces. Within hours, the Add to Cart button became currently unavailable. Within a day, it officially sold out. And yet the UK media machine still sat there, insisting she has no impact. This is the part the tabloids want their readers to ignore. In the real world, outside the echo chamber of royal gossip, Meghan is a commercial force. Not because people pity her, not because she's controversial, but because she is interesting, stylish, purpose-driven, and, let's be honest, because she embodies something the British royal institution has never known how to handle. A woman who is articulate, modern, global, independent, and not waiting for anyone's approval, especially not the palace's. Let's zoom out for a second. When was the last time a royal woman outside Diana sold out an international fashion magazine just for appearing on the cover? Not for scandal, not for drama, not for a tell-all. Just presence. Meghan has reach, Meghan has audience, Meghan has influence that doesn't need the royal family's branding machine. And here's the real sting for the tabloids. They know this, they've always known it. Why else would they publish 10 headlines a day about someone they claim no one is paying attention to? Let's be very clear. The tabloids need Meghan more than Meghan ever needed them. Her relevance is their business model. Her name is their SEO. Her face is their clickbait. She trends, they profit. She breathes, they react. She wins, they panic. And nothing makes them panic more than a woman who can leave the monarchy and still be more globally influential than anyone inside it. This magazine is symbolic. It's not just a portrait, it's a declaration. It says, I left the circus, but the spotlight followed me. I walked away from the palace, but the world didn't walk away from me. And what's even more fascinating is the timing. Right now, the royal family is struggling with public approval. Events with low turnout keep making headlines. Projects launch and disappear with minimal global traction. Public interest is dipping. Scandals keep overshadowing royal duties. Meanwhile, Meghan is selling out magazines, running a successful lifestyle brand, partnering with global agencies, being booked for major events, setting trends instead of following them, and being covered by major US and international outlets that actually respect her. This contrast is exactly why the tabloids are panicking. Because you can't call someone irrelevant when fashion, culture, activism and pop culture all disagree with you. Let's talk about the cover itself. It's not flashy, not theatrical, not designed for shock value. It's quiet power, the kind that doesn't need a crown, the kind that doesn't need permission, the kind that comes from survival, maturity, and self-possession. That minimalist black jacket, sold out too. The entire aesthetic, already being copied online. This is what the Meghan effect has always been about. It isn't just clothes. It isn't just beauty. It isn't just celebrity. It's the combination of her story, her values, her evolution, her confidence, and her refusal to be defined by someone else's version of her life. People connect to that. People admire that. People see themselves in that. And that's called relevance. Not palace-given relevance. Not royal institution relevance. Actual cultural relevance. The kind you can't manufacture. The kind you can't take away. Here's the contradiction of the decade. The UK tabloids keep yelling, "She's irrelevant, no one cares." But their actions say, "We literally cannot stop publishing about her." The palace keeps pretending she doesn't matter. But the world keeps showing otherwise. And this latest magazine sellout is a perfect example of why the Meghan conversation will never die down. Because Meghan represents something larger than royal drama. She represents reinvention, boundary setting, resilience, and the desire to write your own story, even when an entire institution tries to dictate it for you. People resonate with that. Women especially resonate with that, and no tabloid headline can compete with the lived experience of millions of women who see Meghan standing up, speaking up, and showing up authentically. Here's the truth the tabloids cannot stand. People don't care about Meghan because she's famous. People care about Meghan because she's powerful. Powerful in the sense that she controls her own image, she chooses her own projects, she's unafraid to step into new industries, she sets trends rather than chases them, and she does all of it without needing the monarchy's platform. And let's not forget, she has a global fan base more committed and more active than any royal family PR campaign could ever create. You don't sell out a major magazine issue unless you're relevant. You don't break the internet with a single photo unless you're relevant. You don't dominate conversations across fashion, lifestyle, feminism, philanthropy and entertainment unless you're relevant. The world cares because Meghan remains one of the few public figures who has genuinely transformed her narrative in real time. That's not luck, that's not hype, that's cultural staying power. Let's be honest, this is exactly what the palace hoped wouldn't happen. They wanted Meghan out of sight, out of mind, out of headlines, out of influence. Instead, she left, she thrived, and she became even more globally known. This is the nightmare scenario for the institution. A woman who walked away and is still more relevant than those who stayed. Because the truth is simple. Relevance is not inherited. Relevance is earned. And Meghan earned hers. Through work, through vision, through perseverance, through authenticity, through refusing to let the hatred define her. And now the world is rewarding that resilience. This magazine is not just a cover. It's a message that says, "We see you, we appreciate you, and the noise machine does not get to decide your value." It reminds the world, Meghan is not a character in the British tabloid soap opera. She is a woman with global reach, with a voice, with an audience, with a brand, with influence, and with momentum. And every sold-out copy is a silent vote of confidence. Millions of silent votes. Because you know the truth. People may not fight with the tabloids in the comments every day. They may not argue with the royalists online. They may not correct every lie printed about her. But they show their support in the most powerful way possible. They buy what she's on. They engage with what she does. They pay attention when she speaks. You can't cancel someone the world keeps choosing. Let's talk measurable impact. Here's what Meghan's last year looks like. Her brand launches keep trending globally. Her public appearances dominate headlines internationally. Fashion houses still credit her with influencing sales. Interviews featuring her outperform other celebrity features. Her name consistently ranks among the most searched women in the world. Merch tabloid fantasies. And now, a Harper's Bazaar issue featuring Meghan has sold out worldwide. Do you know how many public figures can do that? A handful, a tiny handful, and Meghan is one of them. This is just the beginning of a new Meghan era. What this magazine shows is that the world is still hungry for her story, her face, her projects, her vision. She is not over. She is evolving. She is expanding. She is ascending. And the British tabloids can scream irrelevant 1,000 times a day if it helps them sleep at night. But the truth is written in the sold-out banner. The truth is in the demand. The truth is in the impact. The truth is in the cultural conversations she continues to spark. Meghan is still relevant. Meghan is still influential. Meghan is still a global force. And if the British press wants to pretend otherwise, let them. Because every time Meghan steps onto a magazine cover, releases a brand, gives a speech, or makes an appearance, the world reacts. And that is relevance. Not manufactured, not inherited, not forced, real, organic, undeniable, and sold out.